getting passed by multiple cars, as I mentioned earlier on. So Nuoff in a very precarious situation, but he often finds himself in these places. Doesn't qualify as well as he races.
Up front, they are getting with Lee Aberdeen and Luca Varani, not very far apart at all here. But I just want to see how Alistair Haight deals with Marcello Kessler coming around the old hairpin.
I would say it's not the best decision they've ever made, just not having done that under a safety car, really.
Yeah, they're taking their pit stop strategies from Ferrari lately or something. What's going on?
In turn one, just too much gas on them, too much feet on the loud pedal, and unfortunately he's dropped all the way down the order. But Philip Hammer is out in front by an 8.91 seconds. Dan Michael is a wall there, sir. And definitely doesn't want to be hitting that earlier on as well.
Difficult, the understeer is in the dirty air through that final corner because it's such a long corner and you get dragged off into the grass very easily. He'll have the slipstream down towards the chicane. Peterson was briefly alongside, but that slipstream has saved him and kept him in third.
Yeah, Varani now lost a little bit of time to Aberdeen, about half a second. Peterson is Pike's pushed Morton forward up ahead. He's got out of line. It's now Pike going to have a go at Werrell. Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's come back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such up. He's touched on second and change. All of a sudden Miller's back in play.
On to the back end of Phil Jocelyn. So there's been a lot of movers and shakers in this first 2 laps here for race.
Absolutely serious racing league. Everybody's a lot of fun. Yeah, and it's all about the entertainment. So I hope everybody is enjoying themselves out there in the chat. We know that Ron is been enjoying himself watching the Burger King machines off into the grass a little bit there as they're really bunching up now.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Simracers Revival Sports Car Championship here from Le Mans. It's the final round of the season as we visit the most iconic of sports car circuits. It's about 3 or 4 months actually after we started our season, right away back at Mosport. We've been through so many different layouts, different circuits, retro layouts as well, but this is one of the most retro of them all. the old Le Mans circuit from 1965 to 1967, we believe anyway. And that's what we're using here today. Myself, Ian Leary, and James Parfitt along with you to take you through the evening. We're looking forward to this one. 20 laps to round out the season, and it's a layout so good that it's even made you like Le Mans for some reason. So it's we're looking forward to it.
Should be a really good one. I actually do like this layout. I think it's very, very interesting indeed, and I think it could be an exciting one for these guys to race around. And honestly, I would drive this layout. I would. I hated the old one or the new one. I don't like it, but this layout, I think I'd probably have a go, to be blatantly honest.
We'll have a ride on board with someone in warm-up because that's about to start in a couple of minutes' time. Qualifying is just about to finish. We'll get the qualifying order up for you at the moment, just to tell you who is where. Oh, it's just ended, so never mind. we'll get a view as to the grid when we get to the race. 20 laps in a few moments' time. But more importantly, we will get to the standings first of all. And Oliver Day already knows that he is the champion. 4th place at the Österreichring a few weeks ago means that he is the champion. Risto Korpi should finish 2nd as well because Becky Ely isn't here today. Unfortunately, she can't go back-to-back on her victory from the Österreichring. Michael Stoy is here, though, and could take 3rd place away from Ely. It's Andy Schremser also here. He's 5th, only 1 point behind Stoy. Ali Kayanlati is in 6th place, a further 5 points back. Rolf Gerber is in 7th, and Matthias Bogle, who's also here today. Thomas Rosser is as well. Vito Martino, who was 3rd at Daytona, is 10th in the current standings. So it's been a good season overall, but there's not too much to fight over here. As we've mentioned, we were talking about beforehand, the battle for 3rd in the championship will be the highest position that everyone can really fight for here in this race this evening. Yeah,
I think after getting married last week, Becky Ely is probably on honeymoon. Right, you know, it's a fair enough, good enough reason, I feel, on that one, Mr. O'Leary. I don't feel that, you know, she should be here driving in the sim. Oh, where are you going? Oh,
that's oh dear. Oh, hello. Andero Tartelli has gone off the road there, and that's the end of qualifying. Oh, nearly. Philippe Dicati is just going to make his way up towards the line.
Just look at it. Time. Do you not think this looks amazing?
It does, yeah. Looks very retro though, doesn't it? I suppose it's the 1960s. But
yeah, pit lane just there. If you went over the yellow line as a pedestrian, well, God knows where you would have ended up. I really like this layout, and I think we should get more of these layouts. Get more of them in other simulators. I mean by that.
Nothing wrong with RF2.
I never said that. I'm just saying that, you know, there are simulators nowadays that are a little bit more popular, and we all know which ones they are, that don't have this layout. They have the new one with the straight and the squigglies, the straight and the squigglies, and the straight and the squigglies. It's not great. Oh, flicked over to daytime. We got a 5-minute warm-up. One of the interesting things as well, and I'm so pleased about this, mind you, because I was not looking forward to this. There is no pace lap. We are going straight standing starts. So I'm more than happy about that, because let's be real, we didn't want to watch these guys going around this track for about 6 minutes before they actually got back to the grid. So there's no pace lap, straight after warm-up, straight standing start.
Let's go on board though with somebody exiting the pit lane here and have a look at the Le Mans circuit, because it's not like the normal Le Mans. As you can see, it just looks spectacular, the front straight, doesn't it?
Oh, it looks amazing.
Really well modelled in this mod.
Yeah, you can see that from the 66 film as well. Le Mans 66 or Ford versus Ferrari, depending on where you've watched it. That's exactly what they've got in the film. It looks amazing.
Under the bridge, I should say, over the crest of the hill they'll go. This is straight into the Tetrus S's that do exist today. This left-hander and right-hander do exist, only they're preceded by 3 corners these days. This is Tetrus coming up. It's not the fast, committed right-hander that we all know today. It's nearly a hairpin. It's just a shot with a 90 degrees. Matthias Bogle's got that all wrong, though. That's not a good demonstration of how to do Tetrus, unfortunately for him. He makes his way back out onto the Mulsanne straight. We'll have another go with Andy Schremser. But yeah, this is under the bridge that does exist today. There's a bit of a wiggle to the left and then back to the right again before you get to this left-hander these days. But either way, the corner itself still remains, as does this one, this right-hander. And then Tetrus, which goes a little bit further sort of in towards where the gravel would be these days, and turns right at about 90 degrees. Shremser gets it a bit more right, and then you get onto the Mulsanne Straight, which, as many people know, does not have any chicanes in this layout, and didn't indeed have any chicanes for many years, finally getting the 2 chicanes added in 1990. So even in this layout, we were still 25 years, a quarter of a century away from having chicanes on the Mulsanne Straight. That's how long ago we're talking here.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see he's topping north of 200. Is he going to touch 205? He is. Just imagine that in a Ford GT40 hurtling down there, passing a Ferrari on. Oh, dude, that would have been absolute heaven. I feel a race coming on. I feel an endurance race coming on. 6-hour endurance of this old version of Le Mans. Who's down? Let me know in the comment section if you are watching it back on that one, if you'd be up for that as well, because this would be absolutely awesome.
It would be spectacular. It's a great layout and a great modelling of it as well. Over the rise of the hill towards Mulsanne Corner here, by the way. It's been sort of flattened out in recent years, but then you turn. This is a pretty similar corner, and this is one of the only corners in the 1920 layout that actually remains, although the next 3 corners do. So the Mulsanne Straight obviously was there in 1920, so was the Mulsanne Corner, which is pretty much retained today. This is very similar. You'll recognise this from the modern day layout. You recognise it all probably from the modern day layout, but especially this bit, because it's exactly the same with only with some walls either side now. In towards Indianapolis, which is pretty much the same as well. There's walls either side of you a lot closer these days, or in this layout, I should say. But the corner itself remains the same. Then into Arnage, which again remains exactly the same as what we've got these days. And then this is my favourite section of the new circuit. It's not the, it's not so technical, but there is one particular point of it which is absolutely hair-raising. This is the left-hander at the Curve de Puissant, and then you get to another gentle right-hander in a few minutes' time after you've finally gone through the left. Then a little bit of a right-hander, then there'll be a little bit of a rise and a crest of a hill, then there'll be another right, and then you get to Maison Blanche. Look at the White House itself on the left-hand side. They go round the house. That's why they have to take the curve in the road, and it's just a super committed corner. Left-hander, not very tight, but at super high speed, about 190 miles an hour, with the wall right next to you on the outside. You have to use all the road to get there, and what a corner it is. Kind of bizarre that they made the circuit go around one singular house that was just in the way.
Yeah, I think that'd be. Do you know what? We were talking about cars, right? Do you know where I'm going now? 6-hour endurance. We could do a Ford versus Ferrari battle. Ford GT40s and the Ferrari, what would it have been? 299? Something like that, I think it was, if I can remember correctly. That would be it, wouldn't it? That would be the 6-hour endurance. You can't tell me that you wouldn't want to be a part of that.
Well, I wouldn't. It'd be hard work.
Yeah, but it'd be so cool. What do you reckon,
yeah,
Kim? Kim's in YouTube. Let me know, Kim. Should we use a modern day car on the old circuit layout, or should we use the 66 Ford GT40 and the 66 Ferrari? That's where I'm going. That's where I'm thinking. My brain is heading in that direction. And maybe I'll see if I can see what other cars were about at the 66 time as well. Because, Mr. O'Leary, I feel an event coming on.
It's a great mod for sure, and a great layout as well. Oh dear, that's Magnus Dahlgren sliding through the gravel, but we're about to end warm-up here. This is Rolf Gerber, the only driver still out on the circuit at the moment in warm-up. Wants the extra time here clearly to practice. Down in towards Mulsanne Corner, he's going to go. About this race here, by the way, the qualifying times are actually encouragingly close. So hoping that everybody's going to stay relatively close together here, and we're going to have a good race. Let's check out the grid though before we get on with the 20 laps. We haven't got too much longer because the warm-up lap will be starting shortly. The race itself, indeed. Oliver Day and Matthias Bogle will be on the front row together, and Andy Schremser, who's qualified third, and Thomas Rosser, who will be fourth. They're both aiming for higher championship positions. They could be third by the end of the day. Magnus Dahlgren and Olli Kainenlahti are on row 3, ahead of Antero Tartali and Philippe Diacati, who is in 8th. Ninth place for Rolf Gerber, who we just saw him walk there. Michael Stoy is in at 4th place, looking to take over that 3rd in the standings. Stacey Scotts and Uwe Schuerkamp is in
we're away.
12th position. We're underway. They line up on the right-hand side on the traditional Le Mans start, and they've got to get away from a standing start, try and get the power down. And already it seems to have been difficult for Magnus Dahlgren, maybe, to get the power down. Oliver Day's done it very well. Andy Schremser's done it pretty well too. A huge crash on the way towards the bridge there, I'm afraid, as contact was made over the crest of the hill, and someone was going cartwheeling again and again through the air. It looked like Andy Schremser, who made a great start, was already up to 2nd from 3rd on the grid, and unfortunately for him, he is down at the back of the field after a huge crash on the opening lap.
Yeah, Magnus Dahlgren's been disqualified. Andy Schremser went off into the... Well, he's still coming. Look, he's there. Where are you coming from? Wherever he is, he ain't coming back. I tell you what, we've got to have a look at that. How did Magnus Dahlgren get DQ'd as well? That's going to be an interesting one. But let's have a look at Andy Schremser and how he ended up there somewhere as well. Come on, behave yourself. So there he is on the inside. Oh, he gets hit. Wow.
Big crash. And he's ended up in the crowd, effectively. Oh, hello. He's in the crowd. Oh, the cardboard crowd are enjoying the show. And unfortunately, Andy Schremser is fat. So who was it who hit him? Oh, it's a big crash. This is quite sickening, this on camera. Goodness me.
Oh, hello. I believe that may have been Ralph Gerber. No, was it Gerber?
Might be Kyan Larty, although he's now leading, by the way. You can see live pictures or live timing on the left-hand side there, by the way. There are some
it can't have been
in the wall. Anyway, it looks like Stacey Scotts, unfortunately, is already a DNF from this race, which is a real shame. Magnus Dahlgren as well, disqualified somehow. We'll get some view as to what happened there. It was Kyan Larty, I'm fairly sure of it, who got into the back of Schremser there. He's overtaken Oliver Day now as well, as has Bogle in the 2nd position. That's Matthias Bogle, who has not finished higher than 2nd so far this season, looking to either repeat that or go a little bit better. But the pole sitter has been overtaken by a couple of drivers early on here, and Oliver Day is back to 3rd on this opening lap.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know how he got back. How did Karjan Lai get through the field? You know what I mean? How did that happen? What happened to Stacey Scott? She literally just put, I fell off the weld. So hold on.
Somehow Andy Schremser hasn't fallen off the road, to be honest with you, but it looks like he has now retired, unfortunately. Scott's into the wall in Tet Rouge, is that?
Yeah, yeah, on the right hand, I believe, on that one. Let me pick up. I'm trying to go see. Yeah, look, Karjan Larty,
who hits Schremser, and I'm afraid he'll be in a bit of trouble for that, I would have thought. And Schremser is a DNF, unfortunately, 3 DNFs on the opening of this race. Now, Kyan Larty got very close on the way towards Tet Rouge there, but I think he made his move on Mulsanne straight in the slipstream, and now what he's also done is stretched out 2.5 seconds worth of a lead as well as they come through towards the end of the opening lap. They cross the line. 1 lap out of 20 complete, and Ollie Kyan Larty is the leader of the race.
Yeah, he is at the moment. Somehow he's managed to get his way to the front. I don't know how, but obviously we saw one of the main ways how. Not necessarily the idea.
He's losing loads of his lead here. Where is he? Oh no, he's just
oh, is it? No, oh god, blimey, you got me all excited then. I thought I was missing something. No, he's still, oh, there's somebody in the wall there. Yeah, Oliver Day.
Followed Bogle in. Rosser now goes through, and we've got 4 drivers covered by less than 5 seconds. In towards Tet Rouge they go. Important exit coming up here. But look at this, Oliver Day is going to have a huge slipstream here, not only from Rosser, but maybe from a double slipstream from Bogle as well.
Oh, here we go. This is where we're going to be north of 200 miles an hour. This is going to be north of that. Look at that, 190, 94, 97, 98, 200. On we go. How high are we going to get? 210?
Mikey.
Go on.
We haven't seen this so far. We're going to hit 210 here. They're going to run out of revs soon. You can see the yellow light on the left-hand side there. The red light is really where they're getting towards the red line. Here comes Rosser. He's going to be pretty close to Bogle here. And they're all getting pushed on, by the way. They're all getting closer to Kyan Larty as they fly through the night in towards the kink in the straight, the Mulsanne kink. I'm not going to try and pronounce the French actual name, but it is a kink in the straight. Oh, and off the road in front. Oh, huge crash. Bogle's in the wall at super high speed. At 210 miles an hour, Matthias Bogle finds the wall, and he's back to pit lane. What a huge shame for him.
Oh, 208, 207. He missed the corner.
He couldn't even see the corner. He's hit a tree. Oh my goodness. He couldn't even see the corner. He didn't even know it was coming.
No, just completely, I don't know, just didn't see it. Up he comes, into a tree, bits going everywhere, up in the air, round and round he goes. And you're thankful at this moment in time, this is sim racing, aren't you? Because what would have gone on if that was real life?
Absolutely.
Termination at his best.
Doesn't bear thinking that really. That's a super high speed impact. And to be fair, even the cars of today don't reach 200 miles an hour very often. The prototypes of today, they might be touching there just on the way towards the first Mulsanne chicane on the modern day circuit, but they'll struggle to get to these kind of speeds, and these cars are obviously a lot less safe than the ones today. Kyan Larty still leads. His gap has actually come down based on the comparison to last lap. Thomas Rosser is closing in second place. There they go through Maison Blanche. Oliver Day always seems pretty ragged through there, but he's just using up all of the road. And further back, by the way, Michael Stoy is running with Tartali for fourth place. So they're absolutely nose to tail all the way towards Maison Blanche. There they go through the corner. That's Descartes right behind as well. Looks like we could be side by side over the line for these two.
Yeah, we practically are, I think. There is Stoy. They are running literally side by side on the way down now. Over the start-finish line we go, up through the Corbin Dunlop. That is the first one. And then into the Tetra Rouge. Patelli just holding on. As you say, Oliver Day looking a little bit ragged. Descartes is into the pit lane there as well for Descartes. So he's in the pit lane, but yeah, that was some spectacular starting, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Into the pit lane for Descartes as well, so that's the first of the day. Anyway, Stoy gets back down the inside, Antero Tatali loses a position, but immediately he's going to get in the slipstream here. Now, last time we were on board and following a battle down the Mulsanne Straight, someone went straight on into the trees, and just Bogle unfortunately retired from the race. Well, hopefully we don't see that again for Antero Tatali, but more importantly Michael Stoy, because he can't see where he's going. Now Tatali's going to go down the inside. Well, surely they're not going to go side by side through the kink, but where does the kink even begin? It's hard to even see where they're going. I hope they have a better idea than I do at the moment. Tatali pulls back to the racing line again, pulls back in front of Stoy, who's going to get the slipstream himself as Tatali reaches terminal velocity now with these cars. Down the straight they'll go. Here's the camera angle from the kink itself. Let's hope they all breathe in here and they all get through the right-hander. Through they'll go. There they go, moving to the right-hand side, and they just about make it. Here comes Stoy, though. He'll be in the slipstream. He might have just lifted off there and over the rise. Looks like he will be staying behind unless he wants to dive down the inside on the brakes. And he's thinking about it, but he's not going for it, and he stays behind in fifth place.
Yeah, I think Michael Stoy's going to have to sit there for a minute and hold on. That gap up front's come down to 0.8 on that one. Stacey said she spun, but then fell into a ditch. And then that was it on that one. Matthias Bogle also said how bad his performance was. I have just informed that we saw it live, so it's probably not good. And I'm just waiting for Magnus Dahlgren to get back to me about DQ. Kim in YouTube chat, why not both? So we could have the Ferrari 66, the GT40, and the modern day GT3s. Or this 6-hour event's evolving well.
Side by side for fourth place. Nearly on the way towards Arnage. Michael Stoy has a look, but yeah, Rosser is closing in on Kyan Larty, isn't he? Kyan Larty got off to a very good start. Did make contact with Schremser, of course, but he's driven, other than that, very well. Through into Maison Blanche they go. Rosser had a better run on the way through in towards here, and he's just been held back a little bit. It was a better run through Maison Blanche itself for Kyan Larty, who will now pull away. There's a persistent yellow flag in the final sector at the moment, by the way. I don't know what that's all about. Might be Rolf Gerber.
It could be Rolf Gerber.
Yeah.
Oh, how did he end up there?
He's up in Indianapolis. He is up on the hump in Indianapolis, and Descartes goes straight past him.
Yeah, he just goes in, gets a little bit of a jink, and then, well, he's there more of as an ornament, isn't he, than anything else, let's be real.
Someone to just shunt him there. Just give me a little bit of a tap, will it? And I can fall off the side and get going again. But other than that, Gerber could be out the race here.
Yeah, it could be.
He's still persisting. Unfortunately, we already have a third of the field gone in the opening quarter of this race. It's a real shame, and it shows the challenge of this circuit as Rosser now closes, and Ollie Kayalati pulls to the inside just to try and hold him back, but he can't do anything. Rosser goes lighting the afterburners on the outside, and he goes into the lead.
Yeah, he did. Clear and gone there for Thomas Rosser as well. Interesting news about Magnus Dahlgren. The absolute Rodney forgot to turn his headlights on when he got onto the grid. And the game disqualified him. Morton. Yeah, I know. He didn't even give him an opportunity to turn them on, but he literally didn't turn on his headlights. What an absolute plonker.
Into Mulsanne corner for these two. Kyle Marty will regain some of his speed. 207 over the rise here, and then down on the brakes they go at Mulsanne corner. Ross has broken very late there. He's either too late or he's just got it just right, and he's got it just right. Well done. Into Mulsanne corner, and look at the speed he's got on the exit as well. The traction. He fires away in the lead of this race, and he's running away at the moment from Kyle Larty, the early leader.
Yeah, he absolutely is escaping quite rapidly here. Thomas Rosser as well. Carjanlai in second. Oliver Day 3.9 back from that. Italian Stoy 1.3. Oh, it's coming down actually. Quite a rapid rate of knots. The gap up front's going out, and the gap to Stoy. There he is. He's still stuck. Gerber.
Just someone just put a little bit wide and tapping off.
Just give him a bump.
One of these, maybe someone not in a leading battle, maybe one of these two could just give him a little bit of a short.
Well, yeah, maybe. Do you know, this corner's a lot sharper. Do you know that corner going down into Indianapolis, this beforehand? Oh, look at him. He reminds me of he reminds me of one of them ornamental hedge things that you can get where people cut like dinosaurs and stuff into their hedge, don't they? And we've got Rob Gerber, it's just there as a hedge ornament in a car. That's it. He's just sat there, not being able to move. Just bless him. Look at him. He looks so lonely. He's perched there as well for these guys. But Thomas Rosser is escaping, but Carjanlati tucked in right behind, 3 tenths back. So, lap 5 of 20. This is getting hotting up here.
Oh, careful. Through turn 1 they go. And out under the bridge. Of course, you'll notice these days there is a fast opening corner, but of course the Dunlop chicane is first of all, not just the Dunlop curve as it is here. Under or into Tetrus they go. Rosser really struggles through this first sector, but he seems to get very good traction out the corners. Is that going to continue on here? It sort of does, but Kyle Marty's in the slipstream. He should be able to have a go here.
Yeah, he should be able to get up behind him at the moment as well. That drive should be a lot stronger for Carjanlati than it is for Thomas Rosser. What are they going to get out of their car? I love this feeling sense of speed in the cockpit. You can just see it. The car almost looks like two things. One is going to take off, or one is just going to dismantle in a pile of rubble and bones. The way it's shaking, the way it's just feeling like it's going to absolutely fall apart on you. And of course, there's a jump halfway through here as well. It's not a massive jump. I'm not talking, Nord's jump. But he's stopping north of 212, and he's lifting off at the moment, is Ollie Carjanlati. But that sense of how fast he's going, you can see the car just in the shadow, and I know it's quite dark, but you can see it moving around, rattling. There's a little bit of a lift and a rise. Over they go, hard on the brakes just as they get to the other side. It's like 500 meters out. They've got to brake to get these cars stopped. That's crazy.
It is absolutely crazy, but Ali Kayalati does seem to be content to sit in second place at the moment. They're both running away from pole sitter Oliver Day, and the champion in waiting, of course, the only driver to get over 100 points in this season. Down in towards Indianapolis they go. Kyle Larty is really close again here, but look at the way you can just see on the bottom right-hand side of your screen, the green line is his throttle input, and he's just feathering that a little bit here. So I don't know whether he's just content to sit behind Rosser for now and for the foreseeable, or whether he is just lifting off because he doesn't want to cause a crash here. But at the moment, he doesn't seem desperate to make this pass.
No, he doesn't at the moment in time here for Ollie Cargelati. I think he's just staying as close as he can, not giving Rosser any form of room there. Stoy's lost some time over to Telly. Telly's trying to move forward into Oliver Day, but nothing really going on there with Ollie Day in the background. He's had a little bit of a rough one as Mr. Ollie Day, and I feel that, he showed so much promise, and then it's all kind of gone a little bit peaked on.
Let's have a look at through Maison Blanche. Here they go into the very fast left-hander. I can't quite get over how spectacular it is to watch the cars through there. And then this shot towards the home straight, which looks from turn one. First quarter of the race already passing us by. And what a fantastic first quarter of the race it's been. It's been some of the best 5 laps of racing this season, to be honest. Although we have had plenty of great laps of racing this season. I've only done a few rounds, but even so, this has been a thoroughly enjoyable season of racing. Down in towards the Tetris S they go. Kyle Larty is noticeably not as close as he was one lap ago, actually.
No, he's not, but I don't think it's going to take long to get close, right? Let's be real. On this one, the straights are long enough and the corners are sudden enough that I feel that Cargelati may be hanging on or holding on to something that he is able to get up to the back of Thomas Rosser. Don't get me wrong, Rosser's driving out of his absolute skin. Right, and let's not forget, this is a man down in 9th at the moment. He's going to pass Bogle. He should pass Kerber. And, well, depending if he gets Cargelati or finishes in front of Cargelati, he's not going to get... No, Cargelati needs to be a couple of more places down. But he will jump up the order, and that's amazing for Rosser. He's driving out of his skin.
Yep, he would tie points with Becky Ely if things were to end as of right now. As you mentioned, Kyle Larty would move ahead of Ely and go to 52. What would Stoy be on if he finishes in 5th place? He would be on 51, so he would stay 4th. He would get overtaken by Kyle Larty, but get ahead of Becky Ely as well. Andy Schremser, unfortunately, is going to score no points, but will effectively get 6 added to his total, so we'll finish on 48, but would still be behind all of those drivers I just mentioned, and so drop outside the top 5 in the championship today, unfortunately. So what needs to change here for any of that to change? Well, not a lot really here. Kyle Larty would need to lose positions, I suppose. Stoy might need to lose positions, but everybody in the top 5 pretty secure in their championship positions. Not least the fact that the or the second place driver, I should say, Risto Corpi, hasn't been at the last 2 rounds, and so he is very comfortable in 2nd position. Oliver Day, of course, is going to finish first no matter what. There's not a lot that can change here. It's all about the race.
Yeah, it is, and I think we've got one brewing up the front as well, and I think this Cargelati and Rosser battle will keep going, and it will keep going and keep going, and I think it will just continually swap over the next 14 laps. But I think with the way that this course has been in the dark, and we've lost, what have we lost? 5. Gerber, unfortunately, DNF'd. The hedge ornament that we saw there as DNF'd, unfortunately. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. I think this could be interesting, especially when they come in through here. Look at that, 192, 93 miles an hour.
Got a run here, Kyle Larty, out of Maison Blanche. He had a run out of Arnage, actually, but he's he got it even better now on the way towards the front straight. Not going to have a photo finish at the end of this race, are we? It's the kind of circuit where you might seem to get one. In towards turn number 1 they'll go, and Kyle Larty's going to find it pretty close to stay quite as close this time round. Of course, this is where they caught him with Schremser, and there was a huge crash. Well, they get away with it this time round. What about into the Tetris S? Contact between the 2 leaders. Huge crash between Rosser and Kyle Larty. And where's Oliver Day? He's going to be closing on both of them. Kyle Larty's lost his front end, and it looks like Rosser may have done as well. They're both trying to get away rather sluggishly as well as they get uphill. This is drama here on lap 7 as the 2 leaders make contact into the Tetris S, and there's Oliver Day.
Oh, he's... Ow! How did that even happen?
Wow.
Different braking points.
Yeah, I think Kyle Larty misses his braking point and rear ends Rosser. He does.
And then watch Rosser come in front of us.
I'm not sure whether he wasn't going to make the corner or not, but he certainly rear-ended Rosser, there's no doubt about that. And he felt some level of guilt because he let Rosser back through again. Rosser was definitely going to make the corner.
Oh, the thing is, you can't really argue that, can you? You can't really sit back and argue that there wasn't contact, because there clearly was. So, that was not how I thought that was going to end, and well, it hasn't ended as of yet, but how are these two still running? Rosser is not. Oh.
Goodness. Oh, he's still in the grass. He needs to get out of the grass as quickly as possible, and there he goes. Kyle Larty will be on his right-hand side here, though. He's got to be careful. And there's Oliver Day. He's not damaged. He's closing in on the both of them, as is Tartelli as well. Look at how slowly they're going into Mulsanne corner. Oliver Day needs to clear these two as quickly as possible, because Tartelli is going to catch them all if they're not careful.
Yeah, he's coming in as well. Tartelli 7.5 seconds. This is Oliver Day's opportunity. He can go out in a flurry of Chinese bangers here and absolutely have a barnstorming win, because those two have got to be broken. And I'm not, unless damage is, I'm pretty sure damage isn't off, because we've seen everybody else in the pits. But yeah, they've got to be broken in some shape or form, right?
Yeah, Ross is struggling to turn. You saw that through the kink on the Mulsanne straight. You saw that again into Indianapolis there. What about into what? It's stalling. They're not going to be able to take Maison Blanche flat again. If they try to, there could be an even bigger crash here. Smashing the curve there over Day. That wasn't smart. And he's still going to be third. But I think he'll take the lead here as the two ahead of him pit in, actually, at the end of this lap.
Yeah, they've got to. They've got. Surely they have to. They can't not, right?
Kyle Larty's getting very close again here and towards Maison Blanche. This happened one lap ago. This is where the drama all started, of course, with his run out of Arnage. He's just lifting off, breathing off the throttle a little bit more. But look, they're only reaching 170 odd, and now they're braking. Oliver Day needs to be careful of this, because he'll be coming out on the back of them very quickly indeed, and he'll go flying. Oh, he's just done it very, very well there, actually. Just breathed off the throttle, and now he's going to go for it. He's going to go through on the left-hand side, and that's to be expected, because the two leaders are coming into the pit lane together. They'll both be making their way in, or will Kyle Larty carry on here? Kyle Larty's carrying on. Rosser is making his way into pit lane. Kyle Larty believes he can still do this with a damaged car. But look at that, he's struggling through turn one already with a little bit of turning. And Oliver Day, the championship leader, is back to the front of this race. Here comes Kyle Larty down in towards the Tetrus S, past some of his bodywork that's still lying on the side of the road. And he is only half a second off the lead of this race, even with the damage that he currently has. Look at Rosser, he's still in pit lane, he still hasn't found his box.
No, I probably imagine where he probably don't even know where. Is he in it now? He's got to be in it now, isn't he? I think, surely.
Well, our timing suggests he isn't, but I mean, he's got to be.
He's got to be in it now there for Thomas Rosser, but Cargelati and Oliver Day not very far apart here at all. 2 tenths as they start the run down the Mulsanne.
How much? And now Rosser leaves, having, well, let's hope he has actually repaired the damage. Kyle Larty right in behind Day. And there he is, just breathing off throttle. He's not going to go for the overtake, he's just lifting off here, so he's not going for it. Now, did Rosser get that front end repaired, or is he still unable to find his box? Because he's back out on the circuit again, but he's not, according to our timing, he didn't spend any time in his box, but only in the lane.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's going to have to try and go for it. Oh, look, you see Scherkamp has DNF'd there. I need to have a look if I can see what he got into. I just want to see what Cargelati does. I'm a little bit worried here as well, because Cargelati's kind of committed almost 2 murders already. We're only on lap 8, so he might just need to ease up a little bit.
It's difficult, especially the second one there. Well, that's the first one as well. They're both tricky in a sense. They were difficult. Anyway, let's talk about that again in a second. This is Urs Scherkamp, who retired down at Arnage. Going to get stuck, mate. Awkward.
Oh,
yeah,
he's beached, didn't he?
Yeah, the only problem with this circuit and this model is there's just a few too many places you can get stuck, but it is really realistic to real life. And look at that car park. Oh, Kyan Lati looks up the inside into Indianapolis, excuse me. This is a great race for the lead at the moment. Kyan Lati again hounding the leader. I'm struggling to decide really whether he actually has front end damage. It looks like he's gotten away with without losing his front end, doesn't it? From some angles it looks like he's lost his front end, but from others it looks like he's still got it. He's still got the speed, that's for sure, as he closes in on Oliver Day here on the way towards Maison Blanche. This is going to be quite something through this corner. This is going to be quite some commitment for the two of them. Look at Kyan Lati looking to the left and the right. He can't go side by side into here. He knows that. He's just lifting off. And here we go in towards Maison Blanche. 197 miles an hour. They fly through. 195. Tartelli closes in on both of them. The three leaders covered by just 2 seconds at the moment.
Yeah, this is absolutely incredible at the moment. This is now becoming into a really good race. And I think the three of them, not that it wasn't before, obviously, don't get me wrong. We did lose a couple on the first opening lap. Schrebser, who, well, he went off to the shadow realm. He could have auditioned for a part in Stranger Things, to be honest. He went that many times upside down. All steady. Oh, I thought Kajalaki was going to put another one in the wall. Of course, Schrebser, who went upside down. Dahlgren got DQ'd from right out of the beginning. Didn't have his lights on. Scott's, well, she spun there and then ended up in a ditch and got stuck. Bogle crashed on the straight. Gerber got mounted on the side of a bank and got stuck. And we've just seen, obviously, Sherkamp, what's happened to him, the same kind of thing as well. So, yeah, a couple of cars getting stuck where they probably shouldn't do.
Not that they probably shouldn't do. It's realistic to how this circuit used to be, but it's quite unforgiving, really. So maybe that's something that can be ironed out. But it is realistic to real life, so can't be faulted on that front. Kyan Lati gains and closes in on Day again here. He just puts it in the middle of the road here. I don't think there's a space on either side, is there quite? Or will Kyan Lati move to the left-hand side here? You can see a little bit more now. It seems that the sun's rising.
Yeah, it is coming up a little bit.
Let's see where we're going. I bet Bogle would have liked to have had that a few laps ago, to be honest, because he said it was a stupid mistake. I completely, I wouldn't. What's the word for that? I don't know. But I completely see how he's ended up going straight on there at the kink and going straight into the trees because, I mean, I couldn't see. I know I'm not driving, but I couldn't really see where they were going on the way towards the kink there at all. And so, I don't know, it's a very easy mistake to make.
Yeah, it is, to be honest. It's just losing where you are on the racetrack. That's it, I think, on that one. I don't think there was anything other than that. He did, in the dark, just completely forget where he was. And I've done it loads of times. I'm sure you've done it. Hell, to be honest with you, I've done it on a bleeding real road in a real car, so that makes no difference to me. But, yeah, it's so easily done. So, yeah, don't worry about it. It happens, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It's the way of the world.
It does happen. Oh, slide for Kyan Lati and he saves it. Goodness me. Out of Indianapolis, he was all arms and elbows there trying to save the car from a huge slide. And now Tartelli is right there. He is in the slipstream. He is in this fight. We've got 3 for the lead. A good 20 seconds back to Michael Stoy, who's still 4th. And Rosser, who is in 5th position. I'm afraid long way back and doesn't seem to be catching anywhere near quickly enough, and you wouldn't expect him to either. He was only just as quick this guy before the incident, and so it'd be a pretty big thing to expect him to close all that gap in. Oliver Day now gets a second for the first time.
201
goes into the grass slightly there, and Kyan Lati has a good run. He'll gain some of that time back. Tartelli loses a bit of time as they go over the line. We start lap 10 and approaching half distance already. What a fantastic race so far.
Yeah, 201 he went through Maison Blanche. 201. I don't even think he can stop the car. He didn't even press the pedal. 201 through Maison Blanche. That's absolutely amazing from Oliver Day there. Kajalati back in behind Tartelli, just tucked in right behind that one. And there is Tartelli there, as he's moving in behind him as well. Is he going to lose? Oh, he lost a lot of time there before getting onto the Mulsanne. So, unfortunately for Tartelli, he's going to have to play a little bit of a catch-up. But these three having a right well, I wouldn't say a little ding-dong. They're getting in and out, aren't they? They're close together, they're back away, they're close together, they're back away, and at the moment, they're fairly 1.6 out from each other. We've still got others running, of course. Michael Stoyer is still running there as well for the Castrol Team BRM. He's still on the racetrack. Thomas Rosser is still running in the Martini Racing Porsche system after being out in front, of course, for Thomas. I think this man, a little bit upset, a little bit gutted. What do you reckon?
Yeah, probably disappointed with the incident down here in towards the Tête Rouge. If he can get back up to 4th place, it'd be a good return, but even that's going to be pretty tricky in the remaining laps, to be honest. For him to be able to catch up, he would just be very disappointed with the race. And Philippe Ducati also is still going for the 25 seconds further behind. I think he's had a couple of incidents in the last few moments, but he's running in the 6th and final position in this race. I told you at the start of the race we were going to see at least a third of the field fall by the wayside. Well, unfortunately, we've had half the field going in half the race. Hopefully that rate of attrition doesn't continue, because otherwise we'll have literally nobody left. But you know, we have had fairly high attrition rates so far as Kaienlati closes in again on Oliver Day. The gap back to 1/4 of a second as he lost time through Indianapolis and Arnaud's last lap. I was beginning to wonder, is he just losing a bit of speed here, and is Day going to have the chance to run away? Well, seems not, because Kaienlati's side by side now for the lead, or at least he was looking for it. He was looking for it on the way towards Indianapolis. Didn't quite get brave enough. He's in the grass. He's in the wall. Oh, he's in the wall down here. Now, does he stay on the road?
Tartelli's there as well.
Where is Tartelli? Yeah,
in the wall with him.
Oh, he's lost his front wing. Yeah, you're right. Kaienlati hit the wall. He gets away with it. Tartelli has lost his front end. How's that happened? It's especially odd. Let's see. So Tartelli hits the wall.
Oh! What was the bump?
Makes a big jump.
What's the jump in the exit?
What is the jump all about
there?
Here? It looks as if he hits something. I just wonder, so Kaienlati hits a hay bale on the left-hand side there. I wonder whether some sort of invisible hay bale has come out in the middle of the road that Tartelli has hit. Because look at that. Kaienlati certainly hits one and sends it cartwheeling off to the outside of Indianapolis. Tartelli hits something completely invisible, and we'll have to go back to pit lane, I would have thought.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was, to be blatantly honest with you, but they're back again. 10 laps remaining here. Tartelli 11 seconds back. Is he? Yeah. Oh, he's smoking.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Popping out smoke.
Oh, he is. Let's hope he can get that repaired. It looks like our pit timer isn't working, because it's not working for him either, so I'm just going to assume it's not working altogether. But that's fine. We can see for ourselves how long he's spending in pit lane. I'd imagine he'll be in there for a little while with that damage. But really weird, and such a shame as well for him, because he was running in a podium place comfortably. He's had that taken away from him through, as far as we can see, no fault of his own.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the weirdest thing. There was almost something invisible there. It was so bizarre. He just jumped up up in the air. Very weird.
Yeah, don't know what that was all about, if I'm honest with you. Absolutely no idea. Yeah, Kaienlati continues in the slipstream. Then he's going to try and crouch behind Oliver Day as much as he can, but that will not result in an overtake on the way towards the King. I'm wondering here what Kaienlati's plan is for this race, because he's clearly more comfortable when he's out front on his own, as Tartelli retires, unfortunately. He's probably seen the repair time and thought, that's the end of me. And so sadly our 7th retirement of the day. But yeah, Kaienlati seems a lot more comfortable out front, yet he seems reluctant to actually make the overtake to put himself out front. And so we're sort of stuck in this situation where Oliver Day continues to lead, and he will forever continue to lead at the moment. And Oliver Day behind continues to just stay behind him and not go anywhere. I don't really understand what his plan is here.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think how is Kaienlati's car not in tatters? Am I missing something here? Because he hit bits and fell off all over the place. He hit other stuff. He smashed out there as well. He had the incident with Thomas Rosser, and yet he's still driving. And if I'm not mistaken, for Kaienlati, His steering's still straight. Is he indestructible or something?
His damage just turned off for him, and everyone else is having to deal with it. Yeah, I don't know, but it does look pretty indestructible at the moment. The thing about Kyle Lighty though is that he has had a couple of contacts with others, like Russia and Tremser, but those contacts weren't actually that bad. If you think about the other contacts where we've seen damage, like the one for Tartelli, for example, they're hitting the wall a lot harder. Russia hit the wall very hard at turn 2 on this circuit for the Tetrus S. We saw Tremser hit the wall really hard, hit the bridge for goodness sake, in this race. Bogle as well hit the trees. These are drivers who are hitting solid, immovable things, and Kyle Larchey's, yes, he's making contact with other cars, but he's not quite getting into contact with walls as much, although he did it at Indianapolis a couple of laps ago. So I see your point, but he's getting away with it for now.
Yeah, I don't know. Chief Spuggy, very disappointing race. I think Oliver have a longer fifth gear. Who are you in the race? As we see Oliver Day just run a little bit wide there. You have to give us your names on that one, because obviously we don't know everybody's. Tartelli is out now. That's a shame as well. But he was smoking, and that repairs would have been hours on that. So we've got Carla Day, Cargilite Stoyer's moved himself up into third though, just by keeping the car on the racetrack, really.
Exactly. Yeah. Although he is still going to, is he going to have to do a bit more maths here? Michael Stoy would end up on 55 points at the end of this season if things were to stay as they are, and Kyle Larchey would sell 52. So this is the battle for third in the championship as well. Stoy at the moment has it, but if Kyle Larchey gets ahead of Day and wins this race, then he would have it. Not sure how much that's really a factor for these two thinking about third in the championship. However, it is true. Kyle Larchey needs to overtake Day for that lead. He's getting close again. Only a tenth and a half behind on the way towards Mulsanne Corner. Here they are. And in towards the kink actually, which they can actually see now. Now Kyle Larchey puts the power down. He's still lifting off though. I just do not know what his plan is for this race. I really don't.
Is he just sitting there? Do you think he's just having fun? Because let's face it, for me and you, if he drives off at the front, we're going to be podcasting. And at least we're having a nice little bit of a ding dong here. Maybe Cargilite doesn't have. I don't know. I'm just impressed his car's in one piece. To be blatantly honest with you.
Oh yeah, that is a point as well. I can't imagine he's thinking particularly about our entertainment at the moment as Oliver Day shifts up into fifth gear. Maybe there is a bit of a longer fifth gear going on there. He's lifting off on the way towards Indianapolis here, by the way. Is Day, a bit of lift and coast. That's a bit of modern day Le Mans driving for you there. Going towards Indianapolis. Nice flowing line on the way in. Avoid the bank on the right hand side. And then get into Arnage. One of the few corners on this circuit that's been like this since the very beginning. Oh, and he's gone! Oliver Day spins and Kyle Larchey hits him and thinks, I better not take a position as a result of that.
Yeah, he sits there and waits for him, doesn't he, to get underway. So I do wonder whether or not he's being nice. Going back to my ludicrous, crazy idea of my 6-hour endurance at Le Mans, at the moment, there is only the Ford versus the Ferrari as a mod in the 66s, but there is a full field of 67s. So I could have a crazy idea of doing a 67, which has got the Ferrari and the Ford in anyway. I just like the battle of the 66s, to be blatantly honest with you. But unfortunately, there's only the Ford and the Ferrari available.
It was Andy Schremser, by the way, giving you the
okay.
thing
Well,
about
he went off up into the world, didn't he? And pirouetted after doing multiple things, did Andy, right at the beginning. So that was quite spectacular.
It is kind of a shame that you can't sort of recover in R-Factor 2 back to pit lane and then go back out again. Because if you do it on other sims, it's kind of a shame. Because especially for some of these drivers, we saw it for Stacey Scotts as well. We saw it for, who else have we seen get stuck? Rolf Gerber. These drivers are not out of the race with ludicrous amounts of damage, like the likes of Tartelli or Bogle, for example. They're just stuck out on the circuit, and if they could return back to pit lane and re-emerge again after waiting for 5 minutes or whatever it might be for a tow, like you have to do on iRacing, then surely it's a good thing for them to get back in the race. I don't know if they would do or not, but you imagine certainly as Rocha comes in again, 2/3 of the way through the race, second pit stop for him.
No, Thomas Ross is there. I'm wondering if he didn't pick. See, it's picking him up now. So I'm wondering if he wasn't in the right place or wasn't somewhere at that moment in time for Thomas Rosser. But if that, I'm hoping that isn't the look of his car right there. But yeah, Oliver Day and Ollie Cargelati still tucked up behind each other at this moment in time. Thomas Rosser in the pits, losing time to Stoyer, and Ducati's coming at him at quite an interesting rate here as well. So I think for these guys, it could be for Ducati, unless he's not going to clear Rosser. Rosser's out. So there we go. Not out, I mean out the pits.
I was going to say, it's not out. There he goes. He's back out onto the circuit, which is what we mean. Down in towards Mulsanne corner. Oliver Day holds on to the lead ahead of Ollie Cargelati, who will try and take advantage of that spinning towards Arnage. He couldn't have done Oliver Day's confidence much good, to be honest, having that short spin, knowing that Cargelati effectively let him get back in the lead again. And won't make him feel great. But what about on the way towards Indianapolis here? Cargelati always gets very close. But is he going to give it a go? It doesn't look like it. Such a fast right-hander. You don't often see them running side by side these days through this corner. Never mind in these older cars with a lot less aerodynamic downforce, as you can see. Spoilers, for example. Though I suppose they wouldn't put them on at Le Mans, would they? Given the high-speed nature of it all. Down in towards Arnage, and Oliver Day has a better time through there this time.
Yeah, he does, and he manages to keep it in the right direction, which is always good as well for Ollie. They no spinning up on his rear end or anything like that, so that's always good. These two continue to fight it out here. Nothing really changing. I do wonder what Cargelati is waiting for. I'm interested to see. I just want to watch Ollie Day go through Maison Blanche. What's he going to go through there at this moment in time? What's his speed? 197. Not the 201 that he has been through, but I'm still going to say 197 is fast.
It's quite fast. He'll probably need slipstream to go over 200 through there. He probably needs slipstream, so there you go. End of 13 laps, just 7 to go now in the season. Don't forget, this is the final race of the Simracers Rival Sports Car Championship, and so it's a real shame. I've thoroughly enjoyed this season with the races that I've done 3 now. It's been a thoroughly enjoyable season, and this is a perfect way to cap it off as well. This is one of the best Day versus Cargelati. He's been fighting it out for some time now. And here we go, looking up the inside into Tetruz. Still Cargelati forgoes the chance to go down the inside. Yeah, I wondered whether or not there was contact there as well from Cargelati, due to the fact that there was a little bit of a wiggle went on. Cargelati's got to go. Surely he's got to go. I know he might not be sitting there providing us, waiting for our entertainment, but the problem is, as well, we go back to certain racetracks, Road Atlanta in the modern day, Spa in the modern day, you've got Kemmel Straight, and I'm wondering whether or not he knows that if he goes now, Day's going to get him again, and if he goes again, he's going to get him again. I'm wondering if he might be waiting for the last lap. Yeah, but the same way, we saw him early on in the race really cruise away from Oliver Day. It was Rosser he really had to worry about when he was trying to drive away earlier on, and he got caught by Rosser, not by Oliver Day by any means. It was the battle and the crash between Rosser and Cargelati that allowed this battle to even happen in the first place. So surely Cargelati's got to have that in his memory and think, I was quicker in the first part of the race, maybe I do need to go through. I'm starting to wonder about fuel here as well, because there's a lot of lifting and coasting into these corners going on. There's a lot of breathing off the throttle going on from Cargelati. Wonder whether fuel is running short in these 20 laps. I know it doesn't normally, but because we've got so long on full throttle around here, wondering whether they're lifting and coasting and breathing off the throttle in the slipstream a little bit just to save a bit of fuel. Yeah, maybe we haven't really talked about fuel. I don't think I to be honest, I haven't seen anything about anybody going to be struggling. Right, I have to be honest. I'm wondering whether or not they actually are. I don't believe they are. Well, Andy's in chat there. Maybe he can answer it as well. Ollie's revs are under 8,000 on the straight. He's playing with Oliver. I think it should be possible to pass him on the straight in the slipstream. I'm not going to say you're not right, and I probably believe that you are, but it's great for us to watch. Come on, let's be real about it. Because let's be honest, if Ollie now went off past Oliver Day and went off on his bike and went see you later,
Well, you'd be listening to a podcast from me and Mr. O'Leary then, to be honest with you, wouldn't you?
I think that's the correct conclusion to draw from all this. I think Kyle is just waiting around here for the end of the race. But there you go. It is a risk to take, especially with Michael Stoy catching them both. Michael Stoy is closing in now, and he could really secure third place in the championship for himself if he gets ahead of Kyle here. With them both in the top 3, they're both going to overtake Becky Ely, so she'll be knocked down to 5th place in the standings, although just ahead of Andy Schramser, who will be 6th at the end of the season by the looks of this. Heading towards the Tetrus S, they go. Kyle Larty again through the corners.
He did the
time.
wall.
Oh, he gets in the wall and he's gone. Oh, he's in the wall. He's in the wall, and this is the danger of waiting around. Now he's got damage. Now he's for sure got damage. In towards Tetrus he goes itself, and look at this. He is steering right hand down on the straight. He has got damage. This is the danger of waiting around and playing around. You get damage, you've had it, and Oliver Day is going to lead this race by some distance now. Look at that.
Oh, he has now. There we go. Bits of car, well, I don't know really what. There we go. It ain't there. Whatever it was, it's not there. It's not carbon fibre. It would have been probably sheet steel, one would have thought at that point. But whatever it is, it's not there on the cars. The cars are lighting now. If he's playing with his food might have just got a little bit of a runaway from him there.
Food's gone cold.
Yeah, literally, it's bolted. Oliver Day.
He's
on fire!
He's on fire! Oh, fire on the back straight, and his engine's gone. Kyle Larty sees his final race of the season go up in smoke with 6 laps to go. He ends up on fire in the grass on the Mulsanne straight. Molly Kyle Larty sees his chance to win the final race of the Simracers Revival Sports Car Championship up in flames, and this is how it all happened. Turned down on the straight, he's effectively given up here, retired from the race, and I'm afraid we're down to just 4.
Oh, that's it. There we go. Wow.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Well, that is a shame. It was a great battle between the two. But I said it just before, or I was about to say it. I don't know if I actually did, but I was about to. If Kyle Larty waits around so much, and is playing with Oliver Day as we believed him to be, there's always such a danger attached with that. If you make an error, I'm not saying if he'd have made that error while he was 10 seconds in the lead, then he would have been okay. Quite the opposite, in fact. He probably still would have lost the lead, having made that mistake. However, there's more chance of you being able to recover from it, and I found from personal experience, there's less chance of you making a mistake when you're comfortably in the lead and you know you're faster than the rest of the field. There's sort of a feeling of security that washes over you, and a feeling of almost an inability to make a mistake. And unfortunately, Kyle Larty has waited around, waited. He's been driving at someone else's speed for over 5 laps now, well over a quarter of an hour. And what that's done to him effectively is, I'm not saying it's made him crash, but it's certainly not helped him. And he's out the race.
There he is. Job done. Oh, that one. Well, for the final 5 laps, are these 4 cars going to make it to the end? I really hope they do. You know what I mean? Come on. Michael Stoy is going to be in for a good jump now, isn't he? He's going to get 15 points here, Stoy. So 53, 63, 68. He could get Risto Corpi. And Becky Ely.
You think? I'm not sure your maths is adding up.
Well, Michael Stoy's on 43, right?
Stoy's on 43, but he's only going to get 20 for winning the race. He's not going to catch Corpi.
No, he's going to get 15.
Yeah, so, yeah, it would be third.
43,
yeah.
53, yeah, third, sorry. Jesus,
Yeah,
I don't know what was going on.
You've given him 25, not 15.
Oh, yeah. No. So,
there we go.
all right.
Go, by the way, just posted in the chat that pretty upset with himself after that race. It's a real shame. Of course, it would be to someone to shunt him out of the ditch, but you know, he would have appreciated that for sure. Ollie Cohen-Larty, unfortunately, is indeed out of the race, and it was explaining about the fuel saving, which I did suspect was going on, and I suspect is still going on here, because Oliver Day was lifting and coasting, even while he was providing the slipstream for Cohen-Larty, he was lifting and coasting. So I'm not sure these cars can do 20 laps on a one tank of fuel if you drive at full speed. There he is, coasting down the hill. After you get over the rise, he's just lifted off. He's not touching the throttle again.
Yeah, Ollie said he had a puncture, and that's why he hit the wall.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but anyway,
I don't believe that. But listen, that's what he told me. He had a puncture, all right? So there we go. That was it. That's why Ollie went into the wall.
Whatever it was a spectacular accident, and a great demonstration of the R-Factor 2 fire, which I think it looks great.
Oh, I know.
No
it
other
does,
sim has fire like it.
No other sim has fire, full stop.
No.
It's not fire like it.
Oliver, did he?
Oh, God, don't do that, mate. Come on, you're right at the end here. You're going to win. No other sim has fire at all.
I don't think so, no.
No.
I don't think so.
Just this one. Oh, come on, it looked amazing. Let's be real about it, didn't it? You know what I mean? I thought it looked awesome. Flames coming out.
And someone else's crash here, which is not great, but anyway. 4 laps to go and we get to the line here. Oliver Day is losing some of his lead here. 6.5 seconds now to Michael Stoy, but just wondering again about fuel. Is Oliver Day intending to go to the end without stopping? Is Michael Stoy going to have to stop, I wonder? I've got no idea, to be honest, but Stoy's been running on his own for some time, and as you mentioned earlier, he's run a race of survival, and actually it's returned some of the best results of anybody here. He's second and not far off the win at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, Michael Stoy's doing really well, 6.7. But we talked about this before, didn't we? Where we turned around and said that at the same time, anything can happen. And anything has happened. Look at Rosser. Had that incident, went into the pits twice, wasn't expected to come back out, but yet he is in 3rd place. So, fair play to Thomas. That's all I've got to say to that one.
Here he is on the podium. Looks like he's going to finish on the podium here. Thomas Rosser for the first time since Daytona, back in the 3rd round of the season. He's only been at one of the last 3 rounds, unfortunately. That was last time out the Österreichring, where he finished in 8th position. Over the line he'll go again to complete another lap. A 3rd place finish here will get him another 12 points, and it will move him to 7th, I believe, in the standings, ahead of Bogle and Gerber, who are both retired from this race. Cohen-Larty should still get decent points, even though he's retired. He's 5th, so really he might well stay ahead. And Andy Schremser, of course, is going to use his drop week and still going to be 5th in the standings for Schremser, despite the fact he's only finished in the top 5 twice, or 3 times, 4 times. Never mind, he's finished in the top 5 a bit more recently than early on, but anyway.
How many times was that? Sorry, I missed it. Could you just tell me how many times you finished in the top 5 for me?
Never.
Okay.
It's not never, but it was only twice earlier on in the season. Then he's done it the last two times. So anyway, doesn't matter. 4.1 seconds the leading gap now. We're in the last 4 laps of this race. Final 10 minutes or so, if you put it into actual driving time here. Not got much longer than 10 minutes of race remaining here, and Stoy is really gaining 3.5 seconds now. The gap. That's a bit of tension for you at the very end of the season.
Yeah, he is. He's closing in as Michael Stoy, but is he going to be close enough to get Oliver Day? That's going to be the thing. We've got, what are we on, 17? We've only got 3 more laps to go here, and I think it's been an interesting one, right? As you know, and I know, and anybody who watched the OGRL on Sunday would also know, James is not a fan of Le Mans, but I love this layout. I think this is amazing. Top speed to 200 miles an hour. Who wouldn't love Le Mans at that point? But I think it's been a good one. I've enjoyed it, even though we have only got 4 cars left.
I said it's going to be an attritional race. It's a very different look to how circuits look these days. Not even just to how Le Mans has changed, which of course it has since this layout. However, it is also changed in the sense that on the side of the road you can still hit trees. this time of this time in motorsports life, if you want to put it like that, in motorsport safety's evolution, it is still possible to hit the stuff on the side of the road rather than being walled in on either side as you are through the first part of the circuit. You're not all the way through, and of course that does make it very, very dangerous as far as real life goes. And we are using the 1965 to 67 layout here, and I just had a look at those races in the Le Mans 24 hours while I've been watching this race. Unfortunately, in these 3 years of this layout that I believe we're using here, there were 3 deaths, one in each year, in the testing sessions for each of those years, 24 hours of Le Mans. So that just shows you what era kind of we're living in here. It's great that we can bring it back in sim racing because nobody gets hurt, but goodness me, it was a dangerous time to be a real life racing driver, that's for sure.
One driver every year for 3 years died.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not dramatic. Don't get me. Hold on. Don't jump on me. Right, let me just chill a minute. One driver is quite. Considering, all right, now I'm trying to put this into words, right? Considering how these cars were and how very unsafety conscious these drivers and the cars and the time were, we had 2 Formula 1 drivers in a weekend at Imola in '94. And that's in the modern day Formula 1 era. Yes, the cars were faster, and I get that, but the safety aspect is still up for grabs, right? Let's be real about it. Nobody's going to hold the record for the most safety between these cars in 66, 67, 68, or 67 onwards, to 94 Imola, where we lost, obviously, one of the greatest Formula 1 drivers of all time. So, putting that into perspective, there's probably more drivers that have gone over a certain weekend within modern day Formula 1 than the 3 years you're talking about from Le Mans.
I'll let you get away with that because you maybe should have started that sentence with the second bit first.
Yeah, I know. I had to try and back my way out of it, didn't I? I got it all a little bit Pete-Tong, but listen. Do you get what I mean?
I get what you mean now. But then again, the counter-argument to that, of course...
Story's got past 10.
He has. How's that happened so quickly? Have we just not been watching? That's quite embarrassing for us. But looks like Michael Story is tearing away with this lead now with 2 laps to go. And for some reason, Oliver Day is still fuel-saving loads, and Michael Story is just not.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Maybe the fact that because Ollie Day is fuel-saving and Michael Story isn't, then that could be the reason why he's overtaken him. Still, I don't know. On that one, we've completely missed the boat on that one, Mr. O'Leary. I didn't actually see him make any form of... He was closing in on him last time. Anyway, never mind.
Well, 2 laps to go, and he should be on his way now, unless he's coming in. He is. So that's why Oliver Day is saving fuel to try and make it to the end. Michael Story is not. And so we see that change for the lead. It won't last long. Story now pulls in with 2 to go, and his timer is not ticking up. Now he's just edging forward to try and... Oh no, he's revving the car. Now he's going again.
Did he get any fuel? Did he get anything out of that, or is this one of these moments where that has gone a little bit awry?
I don't know.
We've seen that before this season.
But we have. What is for sure is that Oliver Day is going to win as long as he does save the fuel required, because he's got 17 seconds worth of the lead now.
Yeah. I think... Wow, if Story's going to be running flat out... No, surely you can't get him. But did Story get any fuel?
He's not. Well, we'll see down into Mulsanne Corner whether he lifts off and coasts at all. Anyway, but we'll see about that in a few hours' time. Go on board with him as well, just so we can get a view as to what he's doing. I don't think he's short shifting. I don't think he's. He can't really lift off on the slipstream, but will he lift and coast as he goes over the crowd a little bit? he does, then he will be concerned about fuel. If not, then he's not really. McCarthy comes into the pit lane. Don't forget, Russell has already made 2 pit stops today, and so probably doesn't need any more fuel.
No, probably not on that one, but let's have a look. It's Michael Stoyer just coming up over the hill.
205 miles an hour, rising up towards the hump in the road, which is flattened out these days. I mentioned earlier on, now is he lifting off? Absolutely not. So he did get the fuel.
Yeah, he did. Absolutely nothing. There was no sense of it whatsoever. So fair play to Michael Stoy. Now he's going to be free to charge after, obviously, Oliver Day, who we know is lifting. Surely he's not good. Yeah.
Look at this, he's coasting down the straight, barely on throttle at all here. Surely it would have been better for him to just come in with Stoy and try his ability to beat him in a flat-out race, but he's going for the fuel-saving strategy where he's not getting onto full throttle barely before Arnage here. And this is going to be a very tense final lap for Oliver Day. He's got a big decision to make here. Do I come into the pit lane and take this lap of fuel and almost certainly come second, or do I risk this for the win?
Oh, he's got his shot. Is he going to have enough time? That's the problem, isn't it?
He's not going to be able to pit and come out in the lead, no.
No. But he's having to save mighty amounts.
He is. He's now lifts off into Maison Blanche. This is a good idea, really, because you don't want to be too close to the wall anyway. So just 160 miles an hour through there instead of 200 odd. And so Oliver Day, now look at him, 3/4 throttle on the way towards the home straight. He is saving dramatic amounts now. Kyle Larson was pushing him to go faster and faster and faster. And this race lead is going to change hands on the final lap, I'm very sure of it. The final lap of the Sim Racing Revivals Sports Car Championship is going to come to a dramatic conclusion here at Le Mans. The champion in waiting, Oliver Day, already knows that he's going to be champion at the end of the season, but he's not going to win the final race because Michael Stoy, taking the splash and dash with 2 to go, is going to overtake him here, surely.
Yeah, he can't not. He can't not do it, because at the end of the day, these guys, as we know, Oliver Day is barely moving, barely going. He's just about, but look, Stoy's going to be coming at him at a rapid rate of knots now. Unless Holiday has saved enough, and he's now turned around and gone, right, we're going, I've got to go, but it doesn't look like he's going anywhere.
Just waiting to have a race on the last lap here. I don't know, but he has slowed down dramatically for Michael Stoy. Now he is going, he will be losing time though, look at this. It's dropping down to 1.3 seconds now from 1.5 seconds as it was. 1.2, continues to tumble. 205 miles an hour here for Stoy. He's going to surely be getting the whip for the slipstream now. Might be able to get up towards 210 by the hump in the road. There we go, 206. He's going to start to climb over the 205 barrier that there is almost, if you like, a terminal velocity there on the way towards the gate. Here they go, absolutely flat out as always. And now on the way towards the hump. Here they go into Mulsanne corner for the final time. There's only 3 more corners to go, 3 more braking zones to go. He's lifting and defending, look at that.
Oh, wow. Stoy was so much later. I honestly thought Stoy was going to go torpedo him at one point. He was so much later on the brakes than Oliver Day that he literally had to try and sort of slam that throttle down. This is going to be a very interesting end here.
It is. It could be a run to the line here, where Oliver Day splutters over the line. Oh, and he's lifting off again. Oh, it's a nice last lap lead change. Michael Stoy's going to take the race. Along with it, he's going to take 3rd place in the Drivers' Championship as well. With a fantastic final day performance, Michael Day's going to win this ahead of the champion in waiting, Oliver Day, who's running out of fuel as we speak. Into Arnage for Michael Stoy. He can't hardly believe his luck. 2nd place, 1 round to go at the Österreichring. 3rd place at Spa. He's been on the podium before, but never on the top step as it begins to rain. It's raining on the final lap as well here. Just as if there couldn't be any more drama on the very end of this race. It's raining on the last lap of the season here at Le Mans. Michael Stoy just needs to take it calmly through Maison Blanche in these slippery conditions. Don't go through here at 200 miles an hour for goodness sake, otherwise you'll be careering into the barriers. He's going to slow it right down to about 150, quite leisurely speed actually, and through he goes. He's going to win the race. The final round of the Sim Racing Revival Sports Car Championship from Le Mans is going to be won by Michael Stoy, who overtakes Oliver Day on the last lap, and Day gets overtaken by Russia as well. The winning margin's going to be about 10 seconds because Oliver Day is out of fuel. He's coasting in neutral.
He's out of fuel. Ollie Day. Is Ducati? No, Ducati's way too far back, surely. He's literally got nothing. I'm almost expecting the pit crew to come out and get him. You know what I mean? Come running down the straight. Oh, push you Gav.
Don't know if he's going to make it here.
I don't think he is.
30 miles an hour, less than. It looks like his steering's not quite straight as well, by the way, but that's immaterial at this stage. He turns his wipers up. I don't know if that's propelling him any further towards the finish line or not.
I don't know, mate. To be very honest, it's like an outboard engine on the back of a boat. If he whacks it out full pelt, it'll get there. Oh, dear.
Next, he'll have his hand out the window trying to waft the air so that he can try and go a bit quicker.
You see him jump out of the seat, running, pushing the car. Is he going to make it?
Oh, here's the line. There's the checkered flag. Oh, he's going to creep over the line.
Oh.
Oliver Day finishes third. Not a pretty crowning moment for his championship by any means, but another podium for Oliver Day. His 6th of the season will officially crown him champion of this series, finishing on 112 points. By the way, his winning margin at the end of the season, 47 points over the rest of the field. That's a monstrous margin and just underscores his dominance throughout and his consistency as well, even if this last lap of the season didn't look great.
No, but come on. He had to have some drama. And oh, Ducati done. Oh, I thought Ducati had done the same there, but no, he is still running at that point. No, but it was a good race. He tried, he failed. Thomas Rosser took second, Day down in third. You know, Ducati finishing the race in fourth, so fair play to him for finishing the race. Unlike, as you can see, the 7 drivers behind him, or 8 drivers behind him, that didn't finish. But yeah, it was good. I'm liking this. My little ideas brewing in my head, Mr. O'Leary.
It's been a fantastic. Oh dear! No. Don't crash! Oh no!
Stop!
Get to the end of the race. He's got it.
Oh dear!
Big tank slapper to Indianapolis for Ducati.
Imagine
now takes it very carefully because it is raining. We've not spoken about it too much because it's only happened on the final lap, but it is raining, and so it actually looks very slippery now for the dry tyres, which I presume he's still got on.
Well, yeah, he wouldn't have known it was going to start raining on him, would it? You know what I mean? And he was probably halfway around the lap when it kicked in. So let's hope he.
He's lifting off through the previous. Oh, hello, sliding as well. I wouldn't be going into here at 190. Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh my word! He's got through. Oh, he was braver than we would have been.
Yeah.
Going through Maison Blanche and over the line. Ducati finishes in 4th place to end out the season. Fantastic drive from him. That's his best result this season, by the way. Previous best of 9th, very opening round of the season at Mosport. So well done to him for improving on that and getting up into 4th place in a bit of a race of survival. But what a race that was. Michael Stoy wins it in the end ahead of Thomas Rosser, and Oliver Day creeps over the line in 3rd. Philip Ducati crosses the line somehow just about on the lead lap and sliding his way over the line as well because it is properly raining now. Oli Coyolati crashed on the Mulsanne straight and went up in a fireball. He's out of the race and will finish 5th. And Terry Tartelli crashed to Indianapolis, of course, and hit something invisible. Couldn't really see what went on there. Schuerkamp got stuck. I can't remember where, but he did. Rolf Gerber got stuck at Indianapolis, but nobody would hit him off the bank, and so he stayed there. Matthias Bogle had a huge crash at the Mulsanne King and straight into the trees in the darkness. Stacey Scotts got caught up in a ditch at Tetra Rouge. It's the story of many people's race, unfortunately. Andy Schremser was stuck outside of the bounds of the circuit after cartwheeling over the Dunlop Bridge. Magnus Dahlgren got disqualified for not turning his headlights on. Just having run through those 12 drivers there, you can tell it was quite a dramatic race, actually.
Yeah, it was. Do you know, the thing is, you say it like that and you realise that actually that was quite interesting. And Kim said it right in YouTube chat. A lot of strange happenings in this race. It was fun to watch because it was actually fun to watch. I enjoyed it. And I think, yeah, fair play. Fair play. I'm getting on my 6-hour endurance now. That's it. I'm off.
We'll look forward to that. Yeah, you know, you hear these stories from yesteryear about strange things happening during races. You know, these races somewhat make you believe that they would actually happen, because strange things do seem to happen in these races. But there you go. A big thanks to everyone who's been tuned in over the course of this evening and the season as well. It's been a really fun season to broadcast from the 3rd of June when we started at Mosport to the end of September where we are now at Le Mans. It's been a very fun season, but this race, I mean, you can have the final verdict on this, James. The best race of the season, I would say. I've enjoyed this race the most anyway. Really enjoyable.
Yeah, I agree. I think this one's been amazing. And it's a circuit that I hate, but then I more hate the modern day layout than I do this one. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, right? But yeah, I thought this was amazing. This whole season's been awesome, and you know, Thomas and everybody else who's put the effort into getting this up and running, they've done an absolutely incredible job, and fair play to them for the effort that's gone in to get these races up and running. To get Mateus as well has also been involved, and obviously Andy at the same time. So there's 3 guys behind it who've been really pushing this, so they've done an amazing job. And yeah, reach out to me. We'll have a chat about my 6-hour endurance to see what we can do on that one.
We'll hopefully be returning here in something soon. Make sure you subscribe to the JP YouTube channel in case you're not already, for all the racing that's coming up over the course of the week. Plenty of it, of course. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for that. But this has been the Simracers Revival Sports Car Championship. 8 rounds are now complete. Big thanks for having us broadcasting the season. It's been thoroughly enjoyable. I've been Ewan Leary alongside James Parfitt. And until we see you something else sometime soon, it's goodbye for now.
Thank you.